Welcome to part 3 of our webinar. In this section we'll be looking at creating automated documentation. That's our CNC data, our drawings, and our bill of materials, all from the 3D model that we've been working on. I'm David Naylor. I'm a technical specialist at Autodesk for Advanced Steel. So we'll be looking at, after we create our model, whatever it may look like, putting out general arrangement drawings, fabrication drawings, so your shop drawings, even bill of materials, so extracting all that data from that 3D model. So we'll also look at document management as far as revision control and how we can modify and keep our changes. We'll also look at putting out CNC data for the fabrication machines. This will be for most type of projects, any model that you build, whether it's an industrial project or a commercial project within Advanced Steel, as well as smaller structures or miscellaneous or industrial structures. Once again, that's what we'll be looking at in this webinar. If you missed our last 2 webinars, we still have videos for those, so you can take a look. We had one on detailing, so the basic tools within Advanced Steel to help you model and streamline your operations. So thanks for that, and we'll get into our model now. So here's the model that we've been working on within our last few models, what we've been looking at as far as our tools. So first we'll come in, we'll look at our output. We have to number everything. Once again, we can match however you do your prefixes, and as well as your numbering. So if you do it by drawing number, we can match your drawing number. So whether it's for assemblies or single parts. I'm just going to say OK. It's really quick. So now it's numbered everything. So if I take a look at any of these members and go to the naming section, I can see he's called B1018 and his assemblies are B24. So now we'll come in here. I'll only grab part of the model and extract the data. We're going to look at bill of materials. We'll pull our beam and our bolt information. Create my list, call it whatever I would like. What's going to pop up is our bill of material editor. This is fully customizable, so you can put in your own logo there. It's going to bring in our project information and however we set up the lists. So in this case, maybe I want my bolts, so I'm going to come in here and say use. And this is all the bolts I selected. So now it's going to be not only what type of bolt, the length as well, the grade, the quantity, and total weight. And now I can take this and I can even export this out to Excel to use in other programs. You can also come in here and pull out our beam information. And I'll show you each of these lists are set up differently. So in this case, I'm bringing on my mark number. Once again, you can add and remove columns. Let's give my member, my length, my grade, quantity, and this time we've asked for the total weight and the surface area because we want to maybe get an estimate for a hot dip galvanizer painting. If I go to the last sheet, I can always see a running total. So once again, I can put this out to Excel. And all these lists are out of the box. So what you're looking at here is what you'll see when you install Advanced Steel. That's just a quick thing about the materials. And once again, I can extract just the column data, just phase 5 data. Really, it depends what you want to pull out, what members. So you can select those and then pull out only the data on that. So now we'll get on to drawings. So for our drawings, we go through quick documents. What you're going to do is you're going to choose your level of detail. So what I mean by that, if I want to do a single line drawing, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to do that. So here I'll just quickly say I want to plan up at this elevation. Under quick documents, I choose this, say use. I can put whatever title I want, whatever scale I need. Say OK. I'm going to choose to put it on a D-size drawing. And I'll call this S201. Say OK. And I just created my plan. If I go to Document Manager, this is where we keep track of all our DSTV files, our NC files, and our DXF files. Our lists, so those two lists I just created, as well as the drawings. So if I look here, here's the drawing I just created. I can batch plot it, issue it for construction, issue a revision. I can come here too and preview it. Also to note, this is where I could also keep my general arrangement drawings. So if I come in here, I mean my typical details. So you can also bind regular 2D drawings, whether it's your typical details or your general notes. So let's just open up this one. Just make note that this is your title block. So we would explode this, bring in yours, very easy customization, and just grab our tokens and place them where you need. And if I come in and create my single line drawing, this is what I could get. This is fully customizable too. Anywhere from the colors, where the text is placed, where the dimensions is. And you can have a couple different styles if you have a couple clients that you have to keep track of. So maybe you need different plans for different companies. I can also come in here. I'm going to come under plan. I'm going to grab a different type just to show you if I want to do a full section. I can come in here. I'll create this one, which I'm going to call S201A. Let me know. Okay. Now I want to go back to my document manager. I see S201A. I'm going to open that up. And you can see it's giving me a whole different type of presentation. Now it's giving me full sections. And just to note, like I say, we can fully customize this. So if your labels were coming up here, I could have done that. We could have had them come in like that. I'm just going to make some changes here. Maybe add some notes. Maybe I come in here and once again, if you're not showing the mark numbers, we could have had it come in like that. I'm going to come in and add maybe a do-over because we know it's going to have multiple times. And I close that. And now we'll make a change. I'm just going to grab these numbers here, say move. Now when I go back into Document Manager, it's reading that 3D model to see if there's been any changes. It says yes, these two drawings need to be updated. So I'm going to come in and say update revision, add, yeah, we'll keep that. Yes, and we'll say because of piping maybe. Alright, switch something on us. Say OK. Now what it's doing is it's archiving S201A right now. And because we've called it revision A, it's now added a -A, so it's renamed this and created our drawing for us. If I go into our drawing, you can see it's come in and it's clouded the changes. And this is a setting. I could have had the triangle come in as well, the delta symbol. But you can see it clouded the dimensions that changed. More importantly, if I come here, all my cleanup work that I did where I removed some text and moved this have now, as well as added text, have all stayed exactly where they were. This will save you a lot of time and a lot of hand cramps as well, because when you're doing about 25 sheets, you know you're going to start cramping up at a certain point. So, also to note, we can add in mechanical parts that we've shown on our other webinars. And so in this case, I can see I could come in here and dimension this as needed. But remember, you can change colors, you can change fonts, dim styles, all that can be customized as needed. So, we have drawing styles set up as well for our anchor bolt plans. So if I come in here, I just have to once again look for, well, in this case we're calling stanchions, and say use. Okay. And once again, putting it on that, I'm going to call this one S200. And at the same time, I'll come here and take a look. And you can see it's brought in my elevations, it's brought in my member shapes as well. Then I can come in off to the side and add in maybe a base plate. So let's switch over here. To use. Okay. Instead of creating an existing drawing, creating a new drawing, I'm just going to put it on that same one. Okay. I'm just going to grab this guy here. Even though that drawing's open, you can see it comes in, it drops it on anyways at a different scale as needed. Once again, you can customize this. Have the dimensions come in automatically and everything. We can also create isometric, so I can come in here and I want a nice little snapshot of this. I'm going to come here. Once again, I'm going to choose the level of detail. I don't want labels, so I'm going to choose this one right here where I have no labels coming in. Call it what I like. Once again, we'll put it on a D-size sheet. Now I can come in once it's finished. You can see the progress bars down here. I can go into Document Manager and see my isometric drawing. And I can come in and once again we have our layers here, so I can turn off layers as needed. It's this guy. Nice. Now we'll look at fabrication drawings. So I just showed you if we were just going to an engineering documentation type level, I would just create my plans and elevations and isometrics, just using that. Now we're going to come in and do some fabrication drawings. So the first thing I'll do is go back to my Output tab under Quick Documents, and I'm going to go under, say, Tie Beams. And I choose the level, once again, of detail. If I want just a front view, I can choose this one. If I want the front and top, I can just choose this one. And now all that information, all the data that's being stored in these members that we showed in the previous webinars can now be called back. So from here you can see we're bringing back the quantity, the mark number, the name, the length. I might even want to bring in, say, coding. Let's come down here, coding. And you can see this is all those what we call tokens that are being saved in every member. So if there's coding, it's going to show it to me. We can also add or remove. We can change colors as needed. Once again, you can customize everything that comes out. I want to do this member. But instead of choosing my regular drawing, my regular border, I'm going to come here and choose this border because it's going to put on my bill of materials automatically. So now I can just come in, let's call this S501, and create our drawing. Now, unique to Advanced Steel, we can open up the drawing directly from the 3D model. So if it's been created, I'll see this Show Assembly detail. So first thing to note, there's the bill of materials. I can customize that, add, remove columns, create your own. We have our border. We have our quantity, only 1B27 is a W16 by 26 length. In this case, it had no coding, so it just put none. And you can see it's dimensioned everything and created my section automatically for me as well. And if you didn't want to have dimensions to the center of column, then it could have come out like this. If you would have chose not to have running dimensions but linear dimensions, you could have had it come out like this. So you really have the full option of customization that you want, really, to get it to look like the way your drawings are presented now. So now I can also come in and do drawings. So if I come in Quick Documents, I'm going to choose a column. I could either put it horizontal if I want. In this case, I'm going to come in and do maybe a front, left, and right. Let's just say use. I'll take the default information. I'll select this guy. We'll call him S502. This time I'll go back just to show you that these drawings are getting put up there. So let's just open up S502. And you can see it's come in. It's automatically done my base plate drawing for me. It's done my cap plate for me as well. It's even shrunk my columns, so it cuts them so it can fit more columns per page. So I have my elevations, I have my full details. And now, similar to what we did with connections, where we were able to select several connections and have them put in all at once, I can do the same with my beams as well. So I'm just going to come in, I'm going to select a whole bunch of beams, rotate that around so I can grab a few more here. I'm just grabbing random beams. And now I can come in here and go under quick documents, but instead of doing them single one at a time, I'm going to come here and do my processes. And what our processes are is, if I come and select this one, it's going to come through, grab all my single parts and fill up a sheet, dimension them, do bill of materials, and then go on to the next and fill up that sheet until it does all my single parts. I can also put all those single parts on their each individual sheets, because a lot of shops prefer this. In this case, I'm going to do the same with the beams. So I'm going to fill up the beams on a D-size sheet. Say use, OK. Once again, you can see it cranking away here. Now that it's finished, if I go to my document manager, I can come up here and I can see it added 2 new drawings. You can see it filled out one, so we'll just open up this one right here. So it's filled out my bill of materials. I'm going to come and move this around. So remember, you can move these around, you can scale them independently. Now it's come in, it's said I have 8 B1s, gave me all the grids that it came on. You can see that it dimensioned nice and clean, and you can see it shrunk the beams so that way we could fit more per sheet. And in this case, it knew we had to have sections, so it created the sections as well and detailed each one of these for us. So all that information got put on there. So once again, I could take this project and have all my fabrication members done in about 5 minutes. So now, before we run out of time, I want to do our miscellaneous steel. So we've also set up drawing styles. If I come up here, for our stairs and our railings. So if I'm doing a cage ladder, horizontal or vertical, I could choose these, my railings. I'll come in and do a quick stringer and cage ladder for you. So I come in, I'm going to choose the cage ladder one. I just have to select one element. It knows all the rest is attached as part of the cage ladder. Say OK. It's asking me for a couple extra sections. So yes, I want one of my hoops, and maybe I'll spin this around so we can grab one down at the bottom as well, maybe my anchor plan there. So now when I go back to my document manager, I can come in here, and that was, should be 4. You can see the sections that I added in, so my anchors as well as my hoop, and it dimensioned it, gave me my radius. Once again, filled out my bill of materials for me. I could also come in here. Remember, I can scale each of these separate. I can also add in the side view. Right now it's turned off, but I could turn that back on. It's a nice side view. Maybe I want this guy scaled up a little bit. Let's make him 1.5 inches. There we go. Yeah, it wasn't much bigger, but you get the idea. I can choose the different scales for it. So now we can come in and just one last thing, and that will be our stairs and our railings. So I'll come here. For stairs, we want to look from the inside out. So I'm going to come in and set my UCS so it's looking from the inside out. Now I can come in and create my drawing. I come under stair stringers. I'm going to choose this one here, say use. Okay. Once again, I just have to select one member. It knows it's all connected. Say okay. We'll call him drawing 5. But we're just going to do the right click, open. Once again, in this case, I've had it, and just as an example, I modified this one just so it tells me my stringers, so where my nosings are. We can do that horizontally, vertically, or even sloped. So maybe I come in here and I can delete maybe some of these extra callouts and just say typical on one of them. I'll leave that drawing open because I can also come in here. I'm going to select this whole staircase. Okay. And I'm going to come and do all the single parts real quick. So if I come in here, I'm going to go under single parts, and we just select plate, say use, take the typical. Instead of creating a new drawing, I'm going to drop it right on 5, and it's still open right now. So now it's grabbing all my single parts on that staircase and detailing them for me. It's almost done there. And if I go to 5, there we go. Oop, must have had my handrail selected too. So now you can see if I come in here, I can see it's found 28 of my plates on the side for my grading. Here on my grading, well, I want this guy to lay flat, so I can come here and change him. And it's even specified the manufacturer for me. And if I come in, everything's been detailed for me. So that's just a quick rundown on a lot of different types of drawings we can do. We can add in a top view here. We can add in the anchor plans for the stairs as well. Some other ones. We can also unwrap pipe. So I think in one of our demonstrations we showed how we could unfold pipe, but we can come in and create our drawings just from that as well. You can also create CNC data, so all your DSTV files. So I can come in here, if I click this, it's going to create all my NC files, so I'll just select a few here. I'll grab all of these beams here. Get a good idea of what it puts out. I can also do my full model. There we go, so it's done doing that selection, so you can see it's pretty quick, as well as my NC files. That's even quicker. So now when I go back to my document manager, once again, those are linked to the 3D model, so they will show need to be updated if there's any changes from this point on. So now if I expand this area here, I can see here's all my DSTV files for the beam lines with all the marked numbers. And come down here to 10, it scribes it. We can put that scribe wherever we want, so we can have some different controls as far as how we have this come out as well. As well as we have our NC files. So if I come up here, we can see we have our NC data. By plasma cutter. So that's pretty much everything. There's more tools in here as far as coming in and doing more drawings, like I say, for the pipes, looking more into customization of the DSTV files. And if you would like some more information on Advanced Steel, just go to our website, www.autodesk.com/Advanced Steel, and on there you'll be able to see a link for Contact Us. You get more information that way. As well, don't forget about Autodesk University 2014 at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. It's going from December 2nd to the 5th, but we have a special structural fabrication seminar on the 1st, December 1st, that I'll actually be doing some classes, and we'll have a whole host of special classes on that day as well. So make sure you plan for Monday as well of Autodesk University Week. Thanks.